Hello, viewers. You're welcome to Governance Insight on DDM Television. I am Tochku Raphael. Now, let me remind you of what we do here in case you are joining us for the first time. This is Governance Index, where we talk about the relationship between the government and the people. What are the duties of the people to the government and to their state? And what are the duties of the people in government to the people? That is the ordinary citizens. Now, today, we're going to talk about a very important thing that concerns everybody in society, especially in Nigeria, and that is security in Anambra State. My guest is Mr. Chekubo Kwono. Mr. Chekube, you are welcome to Governance Insight.
Thank you very much.
Now, it's very appalling that Anambra State used to be one of the safest states in Nigeria under Obiano, the former governor of Anambra State, but later on it sank into infamy. A lot of forms of criminality started to take shape in the state. But lately, the current governor of Anambra State, Chukwuma Soludo, brought up a very good idea by creating and establishing Agunachemba security outfit in the Udogashi of a thing. So we want to talk about it. How far? What is the impact? What is the positive or negative impact it has created so far in the state? Mr. Chekube, I would like to hear what was your impression before the creation of Agunaechemba security outfit, and what is your impression now?
In fact, the nature of security in Anambra State before the inception of Agunaechemba was terribly devastating, because the people of Anambra State hoped for security. They sought for security, but they did not see security. People were dying. Families were losing their loved ones. There was fear everywhere in the state. The economy was almost shattered, because of lack of security. But now that we have Agunaechemba, I think security has returned. Peace has returned to the state, and hopes has mounted again in the state. I believe the governor has done the right thing, because people were looking after the government to take the lead in securing the people of the state. And it wasn't forthcoming until the governor sat up and introduced Agunaechemba. He's doing a very good job right now.
So on the rate of 1 to 10, could you give a number or a figure to the level of insecurity, the security we have now?
Okay, Agunaechemba has just started. It's not been up to 2 months that Agunaechemba was launched.
Yeah.
And I can give them 40%.
No, I mean on the scale of 1 to 10.
Yes. On the scale of 1 to 10, I can give them 4.
4?
Yeah.
That means they are still below average.
Yeah, because they are starting, and we are still looking at other areas where they have not touched. They have been able to smoke out the kidnappers from our bushes and from our roads. And that's very good. That's 1 point scored.
Wow.
Okay. They have been able to bring about restore lost hope. That's number 2. Number 3, the state has started growing in its security relevance.
Okay. So there is a sense of security amongst the citizens of Anambra State.
Among the citizens of Anambra State and beyond the state. So that's number 3.
All right.
So these are the areas where we look at, in scoring.
Okay. Several theories have been propounded as to what caused the insecurity in the first place. We have a theory that attributed to the EndSARS that happened in 2020. During the EndSARS, we had a lot of destruction of police stations in Anambra State and by extension in the southeast, where after the burning of these stations, citizens looted the arms and the weaponry inside them and later on used them against one another. Then we have another theory that says this prison break that happened in Imo State in January 2021 that released hundreds of criminals into the society. Then we also have a theory that says that the state government in Anambra State has not done enough in terms of capacity building in relation to the young ones in Anambra State. Because if you empower somebody and give them job, the skills, they will not have the capacity or the mind to start or to indulge in any form of criminality. But others also say the government at the federal level is also responsible. It trickles down, whatever happens at the top trickles down naturally to the bottom. So when the president Tinubu got to power in 2023, the first thing he did was to remove the fuel subsidy. And that immediately, the effect was immediate. And so many persons were rendered poor because of that very action. So for you, what do you think is what theory do you think commands the most credence? Or are they equally, acceptable?
You cannot detach one theory from the other. Okay. The NSAS contributed its quota to insecurity in the country, because it's not just Anambra State. We are talking about Nigeria when we talk about, or when we refer to NSAS. And secondly, the prison break at Imo State, probably Imo State, I suppose.
That's Imo State, yeah.
Yeah, that's another contribution to insecurity in the southeast of Nigeria. And then the state, Anambra State in particular, not being able to live up to its expectation, contributed its quota. So when we talk about Anambra State, all of these, in one way or the other, contributed to insecurity in Anambra State. But most importantly, the reason why we had insecurity in Anambra State was because the government failed to live up to expectation until Agunachemba was launched. And so it's the responsibility of the government to protect the citizens, of the state. So I think the most important factor that resulted in insecurity in the state was the non-response, or I will say the inertia of the state government responding to security issues when they were supposed to do that until the launch of Agunachemba.
Yes, what you just said now reminds me of another thing that people are saying about the launch of Agunaechemba. Some people say that the government launched that security outfit because of the election, because Anambra State is about to host the governorship election this year, I think November 6th or thereabout. So Soludo wanted to, because for me, the government is doing well in every other thing. In terms of employment, the economy, it's only on that insecurity issue. So Soludo wanted to use it now in order to, make sure that he has 10 over 10 in terms of governance. So people are saying that the launch of Agunaechemba is a political strategy used by Soludo to win an election in the coming governorship election in Anambra State. What's your take on that?
I don't think that the launch of Agunaechemba was a political strategy. It is security. I mean, nobody should politicize security or insecurity. The launch of Agunaechemba came when it's supposed to come. And
after 3 years?
Yeah, I'm not arguing in favor of the state government. I am not a politician. I'm not a partisan. I'm not a member of APCA. But I think that although the state government failed in 3 years, and maybe this year they woke up from their slumber and launched Agunachemba. The fact that we have had, security outfit that is very responsive and has arisen to its mandate expectation is plausible. But the number of years wasted and that resulted in the loss of lives, it wasn't commendable at all.
Exactly.
But if I would not want to argue or be, join the school of thought that argues about or trying to politicize Agunachemba. I don't want to join that. But I think the security has come when it's supposed to come because it came from thorough legislative background. Okay, thoughts, ideas were discussed at the House of Assembly, and several laws were put into place, and I think it has just come. The legislative process probably has taken a lot of time, before it was actually passed into law and effectuated, into what it is today.
Now, recently, some people raised the concern about the using that security outfit excessively. We remember what happened under Mbadunuju when Mbadunuju launched Isakaba that dealt with the insecurity then, but later on, that outfit was used by the governor to his own, strategy, to his own advantage. So people are saying that of accused Agunachemba of committing extrajudicial operations. IPOP particularly said that Agunachemba has arrested innocent persons. So I want to ask you this question. How do you think the government, or what are the things that they should put in place to ensure that Agunaechemba does not move across the line?
I would always say that whenever policies are made, there should be, reviews of such policies. Agunaechemba, it's possible that the Agunaechemba can, perform extrajudicial activities, no doubt about that. But it is necessary that the state government should always review the works of Agunachemba to ensure that it does not get itself into extrajudicial activities. So the advice I can give the state government, if I'm allowed to do that, is that there should be quarterly review of Agunaechemba's activities in the state. Review their achievements, review their excesses, their mistakes, and review prospects, okay? And with this, it will be possible that they will be confined within the brackets and limits of the laws that have come to put them out. Yeah.
All right. There is a clampdown on the traditional religious practitioners in the state.
Yeah.
Do you see it as a war against religion or rights to freedom of religion or association? Because we have three kinds of religion in Nigeria: Christianity, Islam, and then traditional religion. But the recent clampdown on native doctors in Anambra State have raised concerns about the right to freedom of thought and association. So do you think it's a war against religion?
No,
traditional religious practices?
It's not a war against any religion, especially the traditional religion. It's not. The war is against crime and not against religion. And if any school of thought will argue that this is a war against the traditionalists, then the question would be, is traditional religion, does it support crime?
Okay.
And if it does not support crime, why would any school of thought argue that the attack on the excesses of the traditionalist is a suppression of a religion? Okay? And so we have come to understand is open to everybody that the kidnappers get their charms and spells from the native doctors. Okay, from the Ezewine and the sorcerers and sorceresses. Okay, and they have been emboldened, psychologically, mentally, they have been emboldened to feel that they are above the law, they are above death, and so they can inflict death and injury on other citizens of the state. And so they moved into the public, kidnapping people, killing people, making away with people's properties and their money. Is this what the traditionalist would support? No. The traditional religion wouldn't support this kind of excesses. And so Agunachemba is not a war against the traditional religion. Okay? It's a war against crime. And so we should understand that we are collectively connected to securing ourselves. Okay? The government has done its best by introducing a mechanism that will safeguard the state, and everyone should be part of this movement to secure the state, secure our property, secure our lives. Because if it is not controlled, everybody's going to be consumed in this infernal.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. We need to commend the efforts made by the Anambra State Governor, because truly, since the launch of Agunachemba, we have had relative peace in Anambra State. A lot of kidnappers then have been demolished. A lot of notorious kingpins, kidnap kingpins, nabbed and apprehended. But there is room for improvement in terms of adopting technology into the system. Some people argue that things like drones, things like CCTV cameras, and a lot of them should be co-opted into that security architecture so that we have a durable, long-lasting, so that these first initial successes might be just a flicker of light that will go off in the distance, given what we have experienced in the past in Anambra State. So what would you think in terms of adopting technology into the system in order to ensure durable security situation?
Security worldwide has gone beyond, analog. Okay? Security is improving, widening every day. And so I believe the Anambra State government has, adopted so many technological advancements in reinforcing Agunachemba. Okay, I would suggest, if they don't have it, that we have surveillance cameras, strategically mounted in all the junctions and roundabouts and areas that are danger spots around the states. Okay, trackers. Okay, that can actually track criminals to any spot wherever they are. If the Anambra State government hasn't got that, they should start looking to procure that in their large numbers so that it will be possible to track criminals wherever they are within the state and even outside the state. So it's an advice I can give to the government to look into incorporating technological advancements to help sustain the Agunachemba activities.
Okay, now the security outfit has been created, but there is still a loophole in terms of the cooperation between the security and the community. Because Saludo has promised to reward or give a cash reward to any person or any DPO that gives intelligence that will lead to the apprehension of, criminals. But don't you see, what about reprisals? If an individual in a society or amongst the community has the information and gives it out, he knows that if he gives it out, there might be a reprisal on the part of the criminals. They will come later and deal with the community. So, do you see a problem of the security situation, the Anambra State government having a sustainable security, personnel constantly, manning a particular area so that the issue of reprisal does not arise?
Agunachemba has come to stay. It was born out of a legislative process. And so it is not something that's going to die out when the governor, is out of office. It's going to continue with the state government and not particularly with Saludo. Okay? So it is something that is going to be here with us. And so I don't think there is any fear that criminals will have to come back against communities, giving out information against them. Okay? I don't see that coming. Okay, I don't see that coming.
But do you see the relationship, the relationship between the security and the community? Do you see it as attractive yet, or is there a room for improvement in terms of the cooperation between them?
Yeah, in my own community, I'm from Ogidi in Anambra State. Ogidi is working hand in hand with the Anambra State government, that I know. And I don't know about any other communities, okay? But I know that every community in Anambra State is actually out to work hand in hand, in tandem with Anambra State government in securing their own communities. The governor has issued out warning and probably a sense of cooperation with the president generals of all the communities in Anambra State. And he has said that for if any PG does not work in tandem with the policies of the state government in securing the state, the license of that PG will be withdrawn.
All right.
Okay? And so that's a very good very good thing that is going to happen here. So every PG wouldn't want their license, any PG wouldn't want his license withdrawn. And so they are going to key in. And so it's something that is going to be here with us. Whether or not the governor comes back to power, Agunachemba remains here.
Will remain here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, beyond the development of Agunachemba, I want to ask you, you studied philosophy.
Yep.
You told me earlier. So, can you give me a philosophical point of view of what security is all about? Because security is meant to be not just the handling of weapons or weaponry. It goes beyond that. So, from the philosophical point of view, what would you consider a secure society or country?
Yeah, a secured community, a secure state, a secured society is a prosperous society. You cannot detach prosperity of a community from security. Insecurity is a breakdown of law. And when you have anarchy, which is breakdown of law or absence of law and order, there is no prosperity in that society. And so security is an integral part of a prosperous society. So if Anambra State is going to be prosperous, then the first important thing that has to be institutionalized is security. Okay? Security of lives and property. And with this, we are going to build a prosperous Anambra state.
All right. Mr. Chekubo Okwono, it's nice speaking with you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much. All right, that's it on Governance Index. I hope you enjoyed the program. If you did, do not hesitate to hit the like button, make your comments, share my video, and then subscribe to our YouTube channel for more exciting topics on Governance Index. Until next time, I am Tochku Raphael. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.